On this episode of the news, got some more information about the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary collection. Got a bit of insider information about the 3.75 inch article that was in a previous video. We've got some Funko, some Toybox legends, and of course, there's got to be some customs. All this and more coming up. Welcome to Usualmike Television's Toy Showcase channel. Today, guess what? Some exciting news regarding the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary collection. It's coming this year. It is the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. These are the figures that we're going to get. This is the one that came out. I've shown this before in previous video. You're going to have the little logo on that. 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back. Excellent. They won't all be like this with the iridescent card backs, but they will be a 6-inch figure on a giant vintage card back. Something similar to this. The information we have comes via Babbling Booby. On his channel he showed a video about where he got some information about the Empire Strikes Back, and I've been to the page that is referred to in the video. It is from a wholesaler. They removed the date, but in this video, check this out, have a go.
Through the wholesaler that I use, I recently discovered a pre-order for Star Wars Black Series 40th Anniversary Episode 5 full case wave. 5 figures, which is interesting. So apparently, at least in Australia, these figures are going to be available on Monday the 27th of April. So from previous experience, this is actually, this may be an embargo date, or it may be the date that Hasbro has told the wholesaler that they're going to receive these figures, and then it'll take a few more days.
So that's right, there is like a set of 5. You'd think 6 would fit in the box a bit better. So there's 5 figures that are coming. Strange. Wave 1 apparently, because if we had that rumor from the website Yakface.com that there's going to be 13 all up, 5, and also 27th of April. That's not too far away. So maybe they're going to spread this out throughout the year, but the first lot will be around about that time. If not that day, it'll be a few days after. 5? My mind's blown about why they would want to distribute 5 action figures. Like, they want the stores to buy 10 boxes and you got 1 of each. I don't know. 5. So there's going to be 5 figures. Don't have word on what they are. They are coming soon. Interesting. Thank you, Babbling Booby, for the heads up. Next up, in a previous video, this one here, I mentioned that Jedi Business had an article on their page kind of getting support and rallying behind getting the basic line back up. The 3.75 inch basic line, the movie line, the 5 POA line. Some years hate it, some years love it. I want it back because I want the characters. There was always lots of characters. Some people said, no, we'll just leave it. We'll just get Vintage Collection. But Vintage Collection has been very, very, very slow at giving us the figures that we've requested from the sequel trilogies. Where's this character? Where's that character? Anyway, an insider, I think, maybe just a regular Joe who's passionate about it, left a comment on one of my videos, that one in particular, and it reads as follows. Tim Jones writes, Hasbro will not continue the basic 3.75 inch figure line as they and their vendors have collectively lost millions. This line had to do a sharp drop in sales following The Last Jedi and the overproduction of The Force Awakens merchandise. Disney and Hasbro quietly restructured their contract almost 2 years ago, and the reason we know so little about it because of a non-disclosure clause that Disney fought for in an effort not to damage the Star Wars brand. Disney has done everything you can think of with so many properties associated with the brand, and they will never have the appearance of failure. Any characters or vehicles that you may want only has a chance of being released in the Vintage Collection line as the costs more and are profitable. The closing of Toys R Us in America had a huge impact on sales. Other stores like Target and Walmart have moved away from contractual agreements with Hasbro to protect their profits. Target stores will not buy additional waves of figures if they still have the first wave sitting on the shelves. Most Walmarts have very small in-store inventories and have chosen more online sales. This is why you see more store exclusives and why Best Buy has entered the arena with exclusive toy sales. Disney stores have more exclusive now and have 6-inch Black Series park exclusives now that Galaxy's Edge has opened. That, my friend, is 100% I can agree with. That screams someone who knows what they're talking about. So it is what it is. It's not coming back anytime soon. Maybe in a good decade or so, but yeah, it's quite sad to know that the 3.75 inch line, the basic line that we expect, every movie comes out, there's a 3.75 inch basic line, and they've got all the characters you want, and if they don't, they're in the next wave or the next wave or the next wave. There's none of that. It's gone. So we're going to have to say to Hasbro, if we want a character, chuck it in the vintage collection. Thus far, for the Rise of Skywalker, we have Rey, we have Zori Bliss, we have Poe Dameron, we have a Sith Trooper and a Sith Jet Trooper, and a Knight of Ren. That is it so far. So if we had a basic line, we would probably have 10 figures already, waiting on Wave 2, which may have already buffed up against it, and we had more. It is what it is. You know, we're not getting the characters that we used to or are familiar with or we wanted. What am I trying to say here? We need more characters. Hasbro, get on it now. Rant over. Alright, let's move on to something else. Let's have a look inside my local store. We can see the tread speeder. Now, see the plastic situation. They've only got a tiny little bit of plastic. This may be what the future holds for that situation with the plastic. There we have some more where the plastic is a little bit. These are the Spark and Goes. They roll around the floor. That's a Dio. They've also got one in a BB-8, which I'll have a look at in a sec. There we go. You can see the clearance on the vintage collection's all gone because they are all Snokes. It looks at, oh, $7. You can get some solo figures. Oh, $7. You can get, look at all those characters. You can get Luke Skywalker there, Poe, Finn, Kylo in the back, Kylo again. Right at the very back I did see something different, and oh, it's a Stormtrooper. Brilliant. And next to that is that Galaxy of Adventures. They're doing sort of well. There's a very old Black Series 3 3/4 inch there. There's some big 12-inch figures. Here's the Black Series Second Sister, Cal Kestis, Second Sister, and a Jawa. And that is a remote control Dio. Ooh. Yeah, $88. They're not going anywhere too soon because of the price. There is the gauntlets, the little mystery minis. Down here we've got the first version of Galaxy of Adventures when they were just repacked figures. They're $15 still. There's our tread speeder again. Oh, there's a Rathtar. They're those big giant galactic heroes. There's some lightsabers over there. There's our archive collection for $39. They need to be put down in price. The gold one's in front of us, and that's about it. So that's what it looks like in Australia. So here's a photo you'll see from Yakface on their Instagram. A little bit different, but a little bit the same. They do have something we don't have on the pegs in Australia. Vintage collection. We don't have any vintage collection at our Walmarts or our Big W's. We don't even have the skiffs in store or the Jabba's Palaces. But the gold ones are there. Galaxy Adventures, the Dio, the lightsabers, and well, there's different Black Series there. I can see Luke and a Sith Trooper. I can't show you any in the UK because their stores don't have any Star Wars. Moving on, in my last video I mentioned the wave that's coming out very soon, the Count Dooku wave. I forgot to mention, in March, there's 2 figures that are on the way as well. These are GameStop exclusives, or EB game exclusives if you're in Canada and Australia and New Zealand. It will be Jedi Revan, nice, and the Heavy Battle Droid as well. Now, being exclusives, they may also be available on Aussie Sci-Fi Collectibles. Check them out today. Link in the description down below. Next up, Disney Toybox. There's a couple new figures. One was rumoured a while ago by my mate Super Sorrel. He got one of the Disney Toy boxes and said there's one coming. And look, Darth Maul There he is. We only had a silhouette of him, but we knew it was him. And these are not easy to get in Australia. They're only available at Disney stores or shopdisney.com. The other one is Kylo Ren with a tie whisperer. Now that's interesting because that's the first time I've ever seen a vehicle for those guys. So awesome stuff. And as it says in the corner, they're new. This picture I got from Crimson Dawn Collectibles. I think a few of them were sharing the same picture around. I think that's French in the corner. Lovely. Moving back to Funko Pop news now. In a recent video I showed the collection of the Mandalorian pops that are on the way, and it had the Mandalorian riding a blurg, the little critter, the lizard fella. Here is what it actually looks like. I thought it was smaller than this, but this looks humongous and it is impressive. I love it. Thank you, Funko. This looks very, very cool. I do want Hasbro to take note because we would like this, much similar to the Dewback. Get it made. We need it in Black Series and in Vintage, if you don't mind. And speaking of the Mandalorian, Aussie Sci-Fi Collectibles is getting the baby Yodas, the little tiny packs, one where he's eating a frog and drinking soup and putting his hand out. There's going to be over 500 of them. They're going to be the cheapest in Australia. Check out the site. It's a brand new site, 26th of January. He's going to have a refresh of the stuff and you'll see these available for pre-order. Awesome stuff. Just before we get to our custom section, if you haven't seen the Rise of Skywalker, you might want to look away for a few seconds. But this image I got from Twitter, check it out with the Force Ghost. Look at that! Someone has put together the final image that you see at the end of the film and added some of the Force Ghosts in there. They're not all there because there was like 10 voices, but some faces you will be familiar with. I showed that picture because, as you know, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda have been made in that, and we're desperate for an Anakin and everyone else in that picture. Apparently Ben Solo, maybe? You never know. So now it's time for customs. First customs today. These ones come from Marcelo Sitch on a Facebook page. This is how he displays his loose collection. I put mine like that. He has a whole different standard. Check it out. Wow. So he's made like what look like window box displays. I was quite shocked when I saw this because I'm like, they're filling up the whole room. Each of the boxes have got the names of whatever they're on there. Video games, comics and books, Empire Strikes Back, Clone Wars, Rogue One, other TV series. And down the bottom there you can see the Rise of Skywalker. He's got 2 figures thus far. Return of the Jedi, Rebels. It's amazing. This setup looks very, very cool. It looks very professional. You'd walk into his house and think, what is this? And then you see, oh, the actual little shelves that display these figures in all their glory. It looks fantastic. And I was blown away when I saw these photos and I had to share them on here. Most impressive. A shelf for everyone. So by seeing the empty shelves there, you can say, hey, there's certainly more figures to be made and that can be put in there. Great stuff. Thank you for that. And the next one is the customs we just shared was the shelving outlook. So it wasn't so much the figures. This will be the figures. The Rise of Skywalker figures. Wow, check these out. First up is one of the Knights of Ren. Instead of being all black, he's got some green. Very cool. The one in the Vintage collection, which comes with that axe. So this little claw hammer thing he's got there. Another Knight of Ren. Interesting. There's Kylo with his cracked helmet. And there's the crew from Rise of Skywalker. These, I believe, are all 3.75 inch. Zori Bliss doesn't need too much attention. Poe wearing that coat looks fantastic. Rey with hers. Finn with his. And look at C-3PO. Fantastic. Fantastic. Some very well done customs. That's all it takes. Just a little bit of colour, a different jacket, a different head on a body. And speaking of different heads on bodies, Raymond C, he had a video done with showing off all his customs where he swaps the heads over and creates new characters out of different bits of bodies and arms and changes the feet. I want you to go check that out. Awesome, awesome stuff. I sat there and watched. You can turn a senator into an X-Wing pilot just like that. So fantastic. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Okay, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Usualmike. As I said before, my sponsor is Aussie Sci-Fi Collectibles for all your Star Wars, Marvel, DC, TV movies. Check him out today. Link in the description down below. If you want to pick up some merch, check out my shirts. All of my shirts are available in my Redbubble store. Buying from the Redbubble store helps out the channel, so thank you very much. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Usualmike30 or on Instagram at Usualmike and if you want to send some fan mail, it's up here at PO Box 957, Lismore, New South Wales 248, Australia. And if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, tap that little bell for notifications, slap a like on this video if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. All the best.